Hi, everybody. Paul Walsh here once again with Michael Dobbs. What we want to talk to you today is about fall and the fact that while we just moved into September, we're already seeing tremendous volatility in the weather, and that has a significant impact on consumer behavior, as you can imagine. To give you an example, some work that we did when I was at the Weather Channel, we actually did a survey of Weather Channel viewers asking them, at what point does it get cold enough for you to begin wearing a sweater? So it was really a definition of sweater weather. And the results are really interesting, as you can see on this chart. Where basically, the farther north you go, the more hardy people are. It needs to get colder to get them to sort of don a sweater. But when you head farther south or in warmer climate, for example, in Arizona, 65 really is where it has to get below before they start wearing a sweater. So it's a great example of the local impact of the weather and how we all perceive the weather differently. The reason I'm bringing that up is that the National Weather Service and the weather company itself are expecting a very, very cold air mass to drop down across the middle part of the U.S. In fact, to give you some perspective, in Denver, the prediction for this Saturday is going to be in the mid-90s. By Tuesday morning, it's expected to be 30. So that's sweater weather on steroids. That's multiple sweaters. So it's an example of how volatile the weather is during the fall, how big of an impact that has on consumer. And it's a very, very short leap from there to retail and how people are buying differently. So Michael now is going to talk to you about how retailers are increasingly leveraging this kind of data and the analytics behind them to be better prepared for these kind of swings in consumer behavior. So with that, I'll turn it over to Michael.
Thanks, Paul. So that's very interesting. Let's take a look at that chart one more time and what it means going forward. So you can see in the center of the United States, weather is going to be unseasonably cold. But interestingly, on the coasts, the weather is going to be quite a bit warmer than one would expect. And so what that means is retailers across the states are going to be doing different things based on where they actually are located or where their specific stores are located. In the center of the states, we're going to have what Paul previously mentioned as sweater weather. In other words, people are going to be going out looking for sweaters, looking for warm weather apparel and other merchandise. And so retailers are going to be increasingly putting these things out on display, making sure that it's visible to consumers. And keep in mind, we're talking to them about this now. So they have the possibility to go out and start advertising and promoting these items as well. As opposed to on the coast, both coasts, coincidentally, it's going to be much warmer than expected. Now, retailers still have their summer merchandise. And so what you're going to see is they're going to want to try to use this hot spell to sell out of that summer merchandise. You'll probably see good promotions coming on it, whether it's t-shirts or suntan lotion, as they're trying to sell out of that merchandise while they make their consumers happy. Hopefully that's an interesting indication to you all. These are the types of things we're talking to our retailers about today for the next 2-week time frame. And if you've got any other questions about this, please feel free to reach out to Paul or myself. We'd be very happy to talk to you about it. Thank you.